Shifts help you to develop a more kinesthetic sense of the fingerboard. They improve your sense of listening and anticipation when you actually hear the note before you're playing. There are a series of exercises that can improve your shifting technique. One that I employ with my students is shifting between all fingers. By that I mean using all possible combinations. So let's start shifts with the fourth finger, half steps, ascending chromatically and alternating all fingers. Let's start with 4, 1. Etc. Then you alternate between fingers. You can do 4, 2. 4, 3. 4, 4. Don't forget the thumb. And of course, after you finish with fourth finger, you do the whole sequence again, starting with the different fingers. Third finger, second finger, first finger, and the thumb. Things to remember regarding shift. The thumb should be very relaxed. You should not press in order to shift. A good way to check that, you can even release the thumb to see if you're not pressing too hard. Then you can leave the thumb behind the neck, but very lightly. Also, don't shorten the preceding note, the note before the shift. Don't make it too short. Don't do but and of course remember less pressure during the shift. So during the shift you're pretty much not pressing with the thumb. There are many types of shifts. Perhaps the most famous is the old finger shift and the new finger shift. The old finger shift is when the old finger, or the finger that's actually playing the note before the shift, leads the shift. So let's try a shift between 4 and 1, and the fourth finger, that's the old finger, is going to lead that shift. More time. And then you have the new finger shift, where the finger after the shift is leading the shift. In this case, the first finger is leading the shift. Both are very important, and for musical reasons you can choose one or the other. You also have another type of shift, what I call the giant pivot, and that's when your elbow drops preceding a shift. It's like a throwing movement. And the reverse idea of that is you lift the elbow in a descending shift. Let's compare those shifts to a traditional shift where the arm leads the shift. Now the giant pivot. The main difference between an arm shift and the giant pivot is that the arm shift has a much more noticeable portamento. Let's hear again. Compared to the giant pivot.